Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I have a new Power Rangers Dino Super Charge review for you. These are a lot of 5-inch figures. I know I am pretty late in reviewing a lot of these. It's been piling up, but I wanted to get to it all. And then I was like, well, should I review all the Dino Steel figures together? And do a separate video for these other ones? Then I was like, you know what? It's just taking too much time. Like, I just need to get through it. So I'm just doing it all at once. So, I know I'm still missing some figures. I don't have the Dino Super Drive, the purple and aqua and gold and those ones, so I still have to get those. But I want to catch up on all of these figures right here. So, I'm going to show you them up close real quick so you can kind of see what I'm doing in this review. So let's get to that. So I have the 5 Dino Steel Rangers. So these are very similar to the regular Rangers, of course, except they have their signature weapon there. The little extra armor or whatever on the arms there. So the Dino Steel Rangers right there. So there's the packaging there, and you see an image of the Ranger from the show. On the back here, there's image from the show, which looks pretty cool. And then you have a bio for each of the Rangers. So there's one for Riley. And then all the different 5-inch figures, so lots of figures. So again, I have all of these except for the Dino Super Drive Gold, Graphite, Purple, and Aqua, I think. I think I have all the rest of them. Something like that. I have most of them. Anyways, so there's that. Then we have the Dino Steel Pink Ranger right here. And the 5-inch figures are like my favorite part of the toy line. I love the Ranger figures. I think they're really, really cool. And I'm so excited to get even more of them. There's a cool action shot right there of the Dino Steel Pink Ranger. So I'm glad that they released them in this mode. I'm kind of surprised that they saved it for Dino Super Charge. I would have thought they would have released them in Dino Charge and then saved all the Dino Drive and Dino Super Drive, like all that stuff for Dino Super Charge. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, at least we got them, which is cool. So there's the Dino Steel Red Ranger and the back of the box right there. Unfortunately, their weapons don't have as much paint as you see here, because like this has got the black outline and the green eyes and everything. This one doesn't have any of that. It's just red and a little bit of like silver on it. We have the Dino Steel Blue Ranger. So there you go. Again, lacking in the paint, you know, but hey, you know what? It's still nice to get more figures. There it is right there. These weapons do not combine like in the show. So in case you're wondering, these weapons do not combine. Here it is right here. The Dino Steel Black Ranger. There it is there. But I will say one thing. They don't combine. However, they've released the combined version of the weapons in a special pack that was a Toys R Us exclusive, and it was all previously released figures, and it came with just that one weapon. So I'll show you that a little bit later in the review, so I just want to mention that. Then up top here, we have the T-Rex Super Charge Red Ranger. Really cool looking. I dig that right there. So awesome that we get a figure of it. And of course there's the image of the Ranger right there, and you can pause the video and read Tyler's little bio right there. So there's that. Okay. Then we have some more Rangers finally. Oops, I'm like knocking over some other ones here. We finally have the Aqua Ranger. So that's pretty awesome right there. The Aqua Ranger. Which is, as we all now know, Tyler's dad. So at least we have a figure of him. And we also have the Purple Ranger right here, which is Claire Blackwelder, who plays Kendall, aka Miss Morgan. You can kind of see too where the image from the show is like a darker purple, and it's a little more of a lighter purple for the actual figure, but hey, you know, whatever. At least we got a figure. Because lately, some of the girl Rangers don't really get as much stuff, which kind of sucks, but at least we got a Purple Ranger figure. Then we have the Plesio Charge Megazord. So I actually really like these Megazord 5-inch figures. These are a new thing that they've done recently, and it's really cool to have them in the same scale, especially because now we have a lot more villain 5-inch figures. So it's really like you can have the villains and Megazords in the same scale, which is really neat. So I'm excited about this. I'm glad that they released it, and I think they look really cool just in the style that they do. And last but not least, we have the evil Snide. So there he is right there. He looks really cool. I am digging this figure right there. I'm excited to open him up and see. Really complex design, and the figure seems like it has a lot of that same detail, which is really cool. So I have all of these, but also that's not all. I also have this Toys R Us exclusive Power Rangers Charged Up Action Pack for Power Rangers Dino Super Charge. And I'm going to also show it in this review because it comes with Snide, the Purple Ranger, the Plesio Charge Megazord, the T-Rex Super Charge Red Ranger, the Aqua Ranger, the 5 of which I just showed you are in that top row right up there. And it also comes with Wrench, who I've already gotten and reviewed already. So all these figures are already released individually and I have them. But what I don't have is this exclusive figure right here, which is the Dino Charge Morpher and the T-Rex Supercharge Morpher combined. I forget if there's a name for that combination, but it's a little exclusive weapon right there. Kind of regretting that I bought this just for that little weapon. But, you know, since I have it, why not open it up? Who cares? So this is a Toys R Us exclusive pack. So if you do want these figures, excuse me. I recommend not buying the ones up top and instead buying this pack. So that way you get the exclusive battle gear. These should come with everything else the exact same. So I will show that in my review, but everything else is the exact same. You just get extra stuff, this one little piece of battle gear, which is cool. The back of the box, rather, gives you cool images of each of those characters right there. Which is pretty cool. So anyways, that's that. So I just wanted to let you know I will be showing you that exclusive little weapon. But you know what? Let's just get right to it. Let's open these up and take a look. Alright, I got the new 5-inch figures out of the packaging right here, and they look pretty awesome. I'm already loving these figures. I think they look really cool. One thing I will say, though, is some of these are really hard to have stand up, though, and that is probably my one complaint about these. I know every now and then you get 5-inch figures that are a little difficult, especially the female figures. Those usually are very difficult to get standing up. But for some reason, like the Red Ranger in the middle, I don't know if it was bad luck with the one I got, but that was really difficult to get standing up. It was just really weird. I don't know. I'll show you guys. But there's that. Also, I wanted to make one other little note before I kind of jump into this. The 6-pack from Toys R Us that I mentioned that comes with the exclusive weapon right here, I mentioned that you get everything that you would normally get separately. I was wrong. There's one minor little correction. The Purple Ranger on her own comes with the Dino Charge Morpher, as you can see she's holding, but also the Dino Saber. Okay, the Aqua Ranger also comes with both. In the 6-pack from Toys R Us, the Purple Ranger just comes with the Morpher, no Saber, and the Aqua Ranger just comes with a Saber, no Morpher. So you miss out on basically one Morpher and one Saber if you get the 6-pack. So if that makes a difference to you, I guess, you know, if you got them each individually or you got it separate, it's a matter of if you wanted these, you know, an extra one of each, or you wanted the exclusive weapon. Personally, I think I would still pick the pack with the exclusive weapon because you have like a million of these from all the other Rangers and stuff too. And usually, you know, you don't have most of them posing with both necessarily. So, you know, it's up to you. But I just wanted to clarify that before I continue. All right, now let's jump right into it. So let's start with the Dino Steel figures first, basically. So I'll take a look at the Red Ranger right here. So, I want to take a look at the detail on these figures. Very similar to the previous 5-inch figures for Dino Charge, so not really too much of a surprise there as far as what you're getting. Basically the same thing, just a couple little additions. So, you know, the helmet, the chest, and everything, the design is the exact same. The detail is the exact same. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting, basically. It's no surprise there with any of that. So, just wanted to kind of mention that. As you can see. The difference, though, is the extra weapon that you get here, which is removable, by the way. And you get the extra little spikes on the arm right here. So it's all armored up on one side, and then you get the weapon right here, oops, which I just dropped. And you can see right here, here it is. So this is the T-Rex Smasher. So as you can see, it's lacking in paint, of course, like I mentioned, but it's got the red and silver, and it still looks pretty decent. And I do think it looks kind of cool, you know, with the Red Ranger holding it like that. I just think I like the design, the whole armored and, you know, arm there, and then that weapon right there is pretty cool. Articulation-wise, it's the exact same as the previous 5-inch figures, you know, with the one caveat being you have the armor here, but even then, you know, you can still rotate it all the way around. You know, everything else is the exact same, you know, the head, all that, you know, I'm not going to go through every little thing because it's the exact same as before. You know what you're getting, basically. So same stuff as before. For comparison's sake, then, I will show you the Ranger from before. So here it is. Here's the regular Red Ranger that was released originally. Again, as you can see, it is identical except for the extra chest pieces or arm pieces right there, and then the special weapon that it comes with. Now these Dino Steel figures do not come with the Dino Charge Morpher or Dino Saber little weapons. They only come with their special individual weapons. So just FYI there. But otherwise, exactly the same. And then here's the Dino Drive Red Ranger, you know, in case you wanted a comparison with that. But there it is. Pretty cool. Now, again, like I was saying, mine is a little difficult to get standing up. I feel like it's this one foot is pointed upwards a little too much. Like, you know, this is the feet that should be flat. And you see, like, if I'm trying to point the camera straight, this foot is tilted up and this one isn't. So I think it's an issue with my figure specifically. So I don't know if I might try and see if I can get a different one or something, because I kind of have to bend this leg back a little to get it to stand properly. So it's a little annoying, you know, when I'm trying to get it to display or something like that. But anyway, so there's that one. Then we have the Dino Steel Blue Ranger. So again, same, you know, details and everything as the regular release. For the chest piece, the helmet, looks great. All of these Rangers, again, have, you know, one solid color for their whatever color they are, like blue, and then they have a darker one on the arms right there. Well, not all of them are necessarily darker. Like the Black Ranger has a lighter one, more of a gray on the arms, which I'll show you. But and then, of course, he has, you know, the armor on the arms there, and you have his weapon right there, which is, of course, the Stego Shield. And it is removable, like you can take it off, but yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, I like that they each have their unique weapons and everything, and it looks pretty neat. Would have been nice to add a little more paint to it, but, you know, it's expected. And at least they put some kind of paint on it, because usually, like, their other weapons, it's all one solid color. So at least they put on, you know, the blue and everything here, which is good. So I'll go put him back there. Okay. We have the Dino Steel Black Ranger right here. So there's that, and he comes with his Terra chopper weapon. So I'll just zoom in a little bit right here. And so he has the lighter arms on the side there, but again, that's the same as the regular release. Oh, I didn't do a comparison with the regular one for the Blue Ranger. I'll do that in a second. And then here's his weapon, the Terra chopper, as you can see right here. So it's like a little blaster of sorts. Looks pretty neat. Again, you know, articulation-wise, I'm not focusing on it too much because it's all the same articulation that you know. It's a little tough to rotate it right here because, you know, the armor gets in the way, but it'll go, you know. I mean, otherwise everything's the exact same. No surprises really with that articulation. So for comparison's sake, you know, I have the regular Black Ranger right here. As you can see, it's identical except for, obviously, the extra pieces there. And then I also have the Dino Drive Black Ranger in case you wanted to compare those two. So it's cool getting all the different versions of the Rangers and stuff. Pretty neat. I never did the comparison with the Blue Ranger, so let me do that real quick. Here's the regular Blue Ranger right here. So you can see those differences. And then the Dino Drive Blue Ranger. So there's that. Then we have the Pink Ranger right here. Shelby. Again, same stuff. I really like the paint color that they use for these figures. Like, they use nice bright colors and everything. And I just think it looks really nice. And I really dig the Dino Steel figures. Just the extra little armor there looks pretty neat. And so she has her weapon of choice right here, which is the Tricera Drill. Looks pretty cool. You get the pink Triceratops right there. It's not, oops, not painted on the other side. But is there even a Triceratops there? No, there isn't. So the one side with the Triceratops, they painted there. But it's pretty cool. I dig that little weapon. I think it's pretty neat. Articulation-wise, again, same thing there. So same issues as with any of the other female figures where the articulation is very limited with the legs. The legs basically don't move because of the skirt piece right there. And they're also so thin and tiny. And the one that I got, her feet are like bent to the sides kind of. So like when she stands up, she's almost like, look, she's like balancing on one foot. If you look closely, like this foot is above the ground right there. So it's, I don't know if I just got unlucky with the ones I got or what. But I wish they would have had better quality control with some of the figures there. For comparison's sake, I have the regular Pink Ranger right here. So again, same thing, except you have the addition of the armor on the sides. But I think it really adds to the design, especially because with the female figures, they give them really like skinny arms, which is kind of annoying the way they do that. But the armor really kind of adds more to the figure here. So I really like the Pink Ranger, and especially for the Dino Steel figures, just because the armor really adds a lot. Okay, and then we have the Green Ranger right here. Pretty cool. So the Green Ranger, of course, has the Raptor Claw as the weapon, which we'll take a look at in a second. But there it is. Looks pretty great. And then there's the Raptor Claw, as you can see right here. Pretty cool. For comparison's sake, I have the Green Ranger. Okay. And the Dino Drive Green Ranger. Oh, I didn't compare the Pink Ranger with the Dino Drive Pink Ranger, but I'll do that in just 1 second. Let me balance him first. Put him back. Here's the Dino Drive Pink Ranger in case you wanted that comparison right there. Okay. All right, so those are the 5 Dino Steel figures, and I think they look pretty cool. And I knew I was going to do that. I was waiting for it to happen. But now we have more regular Rangers. So we have the Purple Ranger finally. We have Kendall. Thanks, Scott from Pentatonics, for telling me who the Purple Ranger was. Yeah, Purple Ranger right here. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, again, as with the other female, figures, super skinny arms, very limited articulation with the legs, which is frustrating. There's the design right there. I think she looks good. The helmet looks good. The chest design looks good. I mean, everything is good. Same amount of detail and articulation as with the other figures. I mean, there's no surprise really with what you're getting here. It's all, as you would expect. So there's a darker purple on the arms here, as you can see, that's being used. Same Dino Charge Morpher and Dino Saber as before. You can also peg it to the side there with the hole there. So, no surprise there. I'll just show real quick since it is a new figure, you can rotate the head around, arms can go all the way up and around and bend at the elbow, and the whole glove here can rotate around. The female figures really have no leg articulation, no movement there, but you can bend at the knees and also rotate the entire leg right there. So, there's that. So she does come with the Morpher and the Saber as well, which we've seen before. The challenge is getting her to pose in any way that she will stand up straight. Oh, these figures are, I think I got it. Okay. Maybe. And we're good. Okay. Then we have the Aqua Ranger right here. James Navarro, I believe. And I knew I was going to knock over more. Tyler's dad. Stay. Okay. So there he is right there. He also comes with the same weapons, same thing as before, the Morpher and the Saber. Really cool. I really like the lighter blue color, the aqua color, and everything that they have for this Ranger. So zoom in here. So you have his Zord right there, nice gold paint on the chest, which is different than the other Rangers because all the other Rangers have yellow on the chest, but he has gold. So that is one difference there. Also, another difference is the little, I guess you could say the eyes on top of the helmet for the dinosaur in a way are red rather than, well, some of the Rangers are green and some are red. The blue, black, and green Rangers have red there, while the red, pink, and purple have green. Just a random little tidbit, but, you know, otherwise very similar to the other Rangers. You know, exact same articulation as the other guys. The back here is all silver. So there's that. So he has kind of a little bit of a lighter blue for the arms there. But the main, you know, difference that you'll kind of notice up front is instead of yellow, he has gold. And actually also that gold is present right on the helmet there too. If you can kind of see right here. Instead of having yellow on the helmet like the other Rangers have, he has gold. So I really dig it. I like the design that he has. And so, you know, good articulation there. The head does have a little bit of challenge rotating around because of the shoulder piece, but you can just rotate it the other way if you want. And, you know, the rest of the articulation is the same, although now you have more extra leg articulation because there's no skirt in the way like for the female figures and, you know, all that fun stuff. So there's that right there. Pretty cool. Okay. So I'll put him back there. Then we have the T-Rex Super Charge Red Ranger. So, in honor of Dino Super Charge, we have the T-Rex Super Charge Red Ranger. Really interesting design. I still don't know how I feel about this design. There's moments where I'm like, okay, it looks kind of cool, and there's moments I'm like, this just looks really odd. I don't know exactly how I feel about it just yet. But yeah, definitely really interesting chest design there. You can definitely see the face of the dinosaur right there. The one thing I will say about this figure, I think it looks really cool. I really dig the unique design as far as the figure goes, but it does feel a little flat in a way. Like, I feel like somebody smushed the design a little bit. Like, I feel like this could be out a little more, and the back just looks a little like flat or something. Like, it'd be nice to have a little more 3D depth to it, I guess. I don't know. It's just a random little thought that I had. Also, this hand is like falling out. I don't know why it's not. It's not. I have to click it into place. It's like coming out for some reason. So anyways, so let's kind of take an up close look at the figure itself right there. So, the helmet design is similar, basically, to the Red Ranger normal helmet design, except you have the piece sticking out at the top right there, as you can see. You have the massively different chest design there, with the little pieces on the shoulders, too, and everything. Really cool. The Dino Com right there, so that's fine. Different kind of paint design on the legs, so that's interesting. And the arms as well, like right here for the gloves, there's a little bit of a different design that they have there, which looks interesting. So there's that. So overall, pretty neat though. I really do think it looks interesting. Also, this Ranger comes with the T-Rex Super Charge Morpher right here. So if I can kind of zoom in, or focus rather, on that. So it looks pretty cool. Again, you know, left it one color. There's no extra paint on it, but for comparison's sake, you know, I have the Dino Charge Morpher right there. So both look really interesting, and I'm glad that, you know, we have a little mini T-Rex Supercharge Morpher. It looks pretty cool. Articulation-wise, the helmet only turns to the side. It doesn't rotate all the way around because the shoulder pieces get in the way. The arms, same thing. The shoulder piece really prohibits it a little bit. So has a good amount of articulation. You just can't go all the way up. It does bend at the elbow, and the arm does rotate all the way around, or all the way around the hand there, the glove. Legs have the same articulation, you know, as the other 5-inch figures for the guys. So that's no surprise there. So there we have that. Pretty cool. Okay. I'll put him back here. Jumping over to the villain figure, we have Snide, who looks really menacing looking, really cool. I am digging this figure a lot. Let me zoom in here, and you can just see the detail on it. You know, the one thing I will say is the face looks a little odd. It's just something about it looks a little, like I feel like the top piece should be down a little more. It's not covering the face as much, so it just makes the face look a little bit odd. But still not bad. Still looks pretty cool. There's the yellow eye right there. I like the little blue, whatever you want to call them on the design. I was going to say little crystals. I don't know what they are. That's an interesting little thing in the middle with the red and gold, but it looks cool. Yeah, just overall a really neat design that he has. As you can see, really cool. Down to the feet with the pointy tips. The arms have the little blade sticking out the side there, which is cool. You have these crazy shoulder pieces too, which look really interesting. The back is all kind of more grayish. They used a lot of the stuff up front where you can really see them. Looks really cool, and his sword is a pretty basic design as well. There's not much involved with that, but still overall, just the full package looks pretty cool. Articulation-wise, the head only rotates side to side. You do have the shoulder pads, which do move up and down, so that is useful. So that allows you to get a lot more articulation there. So the arms can rotate all the way around, although you got to be careful of that happening with the shoulder pad popping off. But if it does, very easy to put back on, like so. Now it's back on. Same thing for any of the other shoulder pads for the Rangers. You can bend at the elbow. This part of the arm does not rotate around like the Rangers, so that is one other limitation. The legs, though, have pretty decent articulation as well, as you can see. Bends at the elbow, and then same thing, the foot doesn't rotate around. But, you know, it's not that I really use that much anyways. Overall, it's still pretty great, and, you know, as you can see, you can get some really good, you know, poses out of it and everything. So, pretty cool. I really dig Snide. I think it's a great villain figure. Definitely really cool. I always love what they do with the villains, with the complex designs. And usually the villain figures are really lacking in articulation, but Snide is pretty great. I'm about to like knock over all these figures, aren't I? Stay standing. Stay. Oh man. All right. Anyways, last but not least, we have the Plesio Charge Megazord right here, which is also pretty great. Again, it's going to be very limited in paint because it's a smaller figure, but I really like having 5-inch figures of the Megazords. I mean, as you can see, so the back is more plain, but still pretty cool. Some great detail on it though. So nice gold that they use there. The helmet, or the top of it, I guess, looks really interesting. It's not really a helmet, it's a Megazord. But yeah, I mean, just overall looks really cool. Just really nice, you know, like detail on some of the pieces here. Looks pretty neat. And especially for the front of the Plesio Zord, you have the green eyes, the silver teeth and everything, the purple. Like, it just overall looks pretty cool. And it's on both sides, so even from the other angle, it's painted. Yeah, so really cool overall, and you can get some great poses with it. So as far as articulation goes, you know, the entire head can rotate around, the arms can rotate around. The shoulder pads, like, it doesn't extend the arms outwards at all, but you can bend at the elbow, and the hand does rotate around right here, and in this case, it just bends at the elbow here. The legs also have decent articulation. You can bend you know, move it forward and back, bend at the knee, and then this part down here you can also bend and actually rotate all the way around too, even tilting it a little bit. So that's pretty cool. So you actually get like a good amount of articulation for a Megazord, which is pretty cool. What you can do with it, you know. So something like, I don't know, something like that is a pretty cool, you know, thing that you can do, I guess. And it's neat to again have, you know, your villains and Megazords side by side, so you can really kind of recreate Megazord battles on a smaller scale, which is definitely really neat. I also want to do a quick little comparison with the other Megazords that they've released in the 5-inch line for Dino Charge. So we have the Dino Charge Megazord right here, and the Terra Charge Megazord. I think out of these three, I will say I think I like the Terra Charge Megazord the most, because I think like the gold and everything looks really cool, and it's a cool design. But I also really like the Plesio Charge Megazord. The Dino Charge Megazord is okay, except it's just the legs, like something about it just looks kind of off. But overall, though, I am really glad that we have all of these. I think that's definitely pretty great. So I am glad about that at least. So that's pretty cool. But there's the Plesio Charge Megazord. Right there. Okay, and last but not least, we have the combined weapon right here, which is the Dino Charge Morpher and the T-Rex Supercharge Morpher, with paint though, because the individual ones don't have paint, so it's really cool to have paint on these, and I think it really makes it stand out and look pretty sweet. So I dig it, and I think it's worth getting that pack for the weapon. Probably not if you already have the individual figures. If you do, don't waste your money just on this weapon. It's not worth it just for that. But if you haven't bought them individually, then I would say get the pack instead so you can get the exclusive weapon. But anyways, that's that, folks. These are the new 5-inch figures. I still have to track down some of the other ones, the Dino Drive gold and purple and those ones there. But these ones are really, really cool, and I love them a lot. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys like them. Thank you all so much for watching. I do have more Dino Super Charge reviews on the way, so stay tuned for that. Thank you, and I will see you later. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Power Rangers Dino Super Charge. This is really cool. I love having these Ranger figures. I love seeing the full team like this. So as of now, we have these 9 Rangers, which look awesome, and I love it a lot. So these are all the regular versions of these 5 Rangers, but we also have the Dino Steel figures and the Dino Drive and the Supercharge Red Ranger and all these other ones, but it's really cool to have this. By the way, this whole background that you're seeing here, this is from the 6-pack from Toys R Us. So I just took it out of there, but it's really cool. I mean, look at that backdrop, man. Like, that's, heck yeah, I like that. So I like to save stuff like this because it looks really cool. Also, I forgot to show you this, but you know, we have the Dino Steel figures, right, which have all the individual weapons, and they don't combine, but I mentioned the combined one was in a previous 6-pack from Toys R Us. 5 or 6-pack, I think it was a 6-pack, but anyways, so there's what that combined version looks like in case you couldn't remember. I've done a review of it, so you can go check it out. But yeah, that's that, folks. I love having these 5-inch figures, and I hope you guys go check these out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.